What's up, fight fans? It's been a minute. I just wanted to get on this real quick and tell you why I believe Terrence Bud Crawford is gonna stop Canelo Alvarez. Let's talk about it. But first, smash my like button, leave your thoughts in the comment section after the video. Subscribe if you ain't already subscribed. And yeah, share the video. Let's jump into it. All right, so we're not too far away from Crawford versus Canelo. I think it's after this fight or one more fight. And I just wanted to give my quick thoughts. Um, I think Crawford is going to stop Canelo despite what other people are thinking. And one of the reasons I believe this is if we're looking at Canelo's skills, Canelo does not jab. Canelo has no jab. He's a great fighter. What Canelo does have is he has great upper body movement. He has power. He's got great timing and an ability to counter people. Canelo can plant his feet, make you miss by twisting his upper body and then making you pay, right? However, um, he doesn't jab much, if at all. He has negligible footwork and he's not very good at cutting off the ring. This is why he always struggles with fighters who have great footwork, who can fight off the back foot and who can jab, such as Floyd Mayweather, um, Lara, um, Trout, and Bivol. Those are mostly those are fighters who use jabs, footwork, and defense. They're high IQ fighters that like to box. They're not necessarily the most powerful, but they'll use evasion and a jab, right? Canelo always struggles with fighters who have good jab and good footwork. Billy Joe Saunders was whooping Canelo before he threw the fight. Same thing with Caleb Plant. He was winning that fight before he got knocked out. He was winning the whole fight. People who have that slick style that is highly defensive and evasive, quote unquote, the black style, where they make you miss by an inch. It's highly defensive, great footwork. Those guys always make Canelo struggle. Those guys usually make Mexicans struggle, period. But the Mexican style is the antithesis to that style, to where it's come forward and just apply pressure and volume. Similar to Beterbiev, except Beterbiev is a lot more intelligent than the stereotype of the Mexican style of coming forward and taking one to give one, right? So we have, you see, Canelo, he has that typical Mexican style, but Canelo adds a flair that he learned from the black fighters that he sucks against. Canelo, I've heard people say Canelo fights like a brother because he's very stylish. He'll make you miss and he'll make you pay. He uses a lot of slips. Yeah, he'll make you miss and make you pay. He'll parry your shot. He'll roll with the punches and make you pay. And he's very good at that. And that was a wrinkle that really went up after he lost to Mayweather, when Mayweather did that to him. So in my personal opinion, feel how you want to feel. Smash that dislike button, hater. Um, Canelo is the poor man's Floyd. I need to find a better way to express that because he's not poor, definitely. Canelo's version, how do I say this? The stereotype of the black fighter is to be highly evasive, highly defensive, counter punching. Canelo does that style, but he still has the Mexican flair about it, where he doesn't have much footwork and it's more about coming forward and he's not good at cutting off the ring, right? So it's like, to be a dick about it, if black people do that style as we're the standard of that style, his version is an imitation of the black American style. And whenever Canelo is in the ring with a good black American, that style comes out, even against against the dude William Skull. He beat Skull, but he couldn't cut off the ring versus Skull. And if Skull had had power and belief in his power and threw more punches, he would have beaten Canelo. Lara beat Canelo. Footwork and jab and evasion. Everybody that has either beaten Canelo or has been close to beating Canelo and won rounds, Billy Joe Saunders and what's the dude's name? Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant. Not trying to talk mess, but people say Caleb Plant fights like a brother. Billy Joe Saunders, when Billy Joe Saunders fought that Canadian dude, I remember MMA fans were like, "Oh my God, Billy Joe Saunders has such great boxing IQ." But I'm like, Billy Joe Saunders fights like a black guy, and when a black guy fights like that, they say he's a runner. Yeah, Billy Joe Saunders also does that style, and Billy was beating Canelo until he threw the fight. Caleb was beating Canelo until he lost focus. So the thing about it is, Bivol didn't lose focus, and he's stronger. So those are some of the points why I think um why I think Canelo is not going to win this fight. Additionally, Canelo does not have a gas tank. One of Canelo's biggest problems from 154 all the way up to like 168 was his gas tank. Remember, he got beat down and gassed versus Bivol. He gassed versus Triple G. He was beating Triple G, but he gassed. And Triple G landed more punches. Then he failed a drug test and came back with new stamina. If he is on that juice, he will have stamina. But this is why I don't respect Canelo. Because if Canelo is so good that you guys say Canelo is this good, I see so many black people saying Canelo, oh man, he got skills, he's really good. Oh, the Canelo hands, the Canelo hands. Canelo's so good. Why does he need drugs? Why does he need drugs? Oh, because his stamina is trash. Why does he need the judges in his pocket? Canelo is the type of dude, he's cheating with drugs. He got the judges in his pocket, he got the ref in his pocket, and he always gets decisions where he clearly lost. So to me, that tells me his skills aren't all that. The person that needs the helping hand from the system is not the best fighter. So he's not. If we're going skill for skill. And to be honest, Canelo's a weight bully. Canelo was supposed to fight Charlo when they were both at 154. This dude failed a bunch of drug tests, gained a bunch of weight, and hung out at another weight class, and then opted to fight the smallest Charlo. And that's another reason why I don't think Canelo's gonna win, because he's pussy. People say Canelo's brave. He's a but Canelo is ducking David Benavidez. He's the 168-pound champion. He has been ducking David Benavidez for like 4 or 5 years. He won't fight David Benavidez because he says, oh, David Benavidez is not that good. He's just big. So he won't challenge himself against a bigger fighter who he doesn't think is better than him. Bud is smaller, fights at 2 weight classes smaller than you, and is challenging himself against a guy who fights at a bigger weight class who he doesn't think is as good as him. Yeah, look at the optics. Canelo is a drug cheat who is ducking his contemporary to fight somebody in a smaller weight class. Dog, this is a cherry pick about to go wrong because the person he's bringing up to fight is not scared of him. And this person isn't gaining weight to fight him, they're not losing weight. And the person who's coming to his weight class to fight him is actually pretty fucking strong. So let's go into why I think Bud will knock him out. The number one reason I think Bud will knock him out is because Bud has a higher boxing IQ, right? That means he's going to beat him in a boxing match. He's going to KO him because Bud is powerful. He can hit hard. Bud has been fighting at 130, 135, 147, and 154. We only saw him once at 154. We didn't get to see his power on display at 154. But in this fight, he's not cutting weight. He's been cutting weight the entire time. When you cut weight, you have less power. You have less access to your power, your stamina, and your performance. Period. So, not cutting weight, Canelo is gonna cut. Excuse me. Bud is going to come in here with his actual punching power. And I'm telling you, this is the most powerful puncher that Canelo has ever fought. Because name one opponent that Canelo has fought that can deadlift 450 pounds. I'm going to tell you something. Most boxers don't deadlift. A lot of boxers don't deadlift. A lot of boxers do not deadlift. Bivol is big. He's a very big dude. But Bivol is not a deadlifter. I've seen Bivol train. He's not up in here lifting power. But bro, I need dudes to understand, because I've seen people dismiss the idea that, oh, well, that's deadlifting. This is boxing. Nigga, a punch, to generate power on a punch, you have to push down off the floor. And as you're pushing off the floor, you turn and put that push into your punch. You're pushing off the ground. A deadlift is you pushing off the ground. It fucking translates. That if you cannot deadlift, bro, 450 pounds is a lot of weight, dog. I need y'all, bro. Canelo's not deadlifting 450. I'm bigger than Canelo and Bud. I could barely, bro. I'll deadlift 385. And people who can deadlift more than Bud, they don't box. They're not elite boxers. I need y'all to understand, it's very rare that you're gonna have putting up numbers for Terrence Crawford's size and how much he deadlift. If he was in a competition, he'd put up numbers for his size. For his size, dog. Bro, I'm bigger than Crawford. I train to lift power. He trains to punch. When you train to throw punches, that's endurance. That's the opposite of power. So that's why they say boxing, oh, deadlift don't translate to boxing, because if you lift weights, it's going to slow you down. That is true. When you lift weights, it's going to slow you down. It's a different type of muscle. It's a different type of muscle fiber, because punching fibers, they're more type 1 red muscle fibers. They're endurance fibers. They're not fibers that are prone to hypertrophy, especially myofibrillar muscle hypertrophy, which is when your fibers don't grow, but they gain in strength. So it's kind of hard to get both, like a puncher's arm to be able to throw snappy punches, but also lift heavy weight. This motherfucker can do both. I promise you, Canelo cannot deadlift no 450. And if he can, yeah, he weighs more than he weighs more. He's been at a higher weight class than Crawford. So ain't nobody Canelo fought is also a power lifter. I'm calling Bud a power lifter in this, because those aren't regular numbers. Oh, I did some. No. Those are power lifter numbers. Him being at 147 and deadlifting 450. That's like 4 or 5. That's about 4 times his weight, dog. That's almost 4 times his weight. That's power. So now that guy is not draining water out of his body. He doesn't have to cut weight. He's going to have full access to his punching power. He's not going to be drained. And he's already a better boxer than Canelo. Canelo has spent the last few fights. Canelo, bro, you guys act like Canelo has been fighting the best of the best of the best. No, Canelo has been fighting fucking John Ryder, Jaime Munguia, the dude the dude that hangs out with Fat Joe. He be biting Berlanga. Bro, those aren't preparing you for Terrence Crawford. Those aren't preparing you for. Not one of them niggas hit as hard as Terrence Crawford. Not one of them is as good as Terrence Crawford. That's who the dude has been fighting, and he's been walking them down and throwing punches and hitting them in the arm, and they just been taking it. None of them has ever countered him. And the one time Canelo walked into some resistance, he got stopped. No, he got beat the hell up by Bivol. Bro, Canelo's getting knocked out. He throws wide hooks to the body. Crawford is going to sit on that hook, block it, and throw a counter hook or a counter uppercut, and that'll be that. That'll be that. He is a drug cheat, a fucking duck, and a weight bully. You guys keep sucking off Canelo like he's amazing. He is a good fighter. He's even a great fighter. but he fights lower level competition and ducks people on his level and is on drugs. That is not the hallmark of a man who is using his skills to surmount problems, therefore getting better. He is going to get fucked up when he gets in there with somebody with skill and integrity and power. We'll see you after the fight when Terence Crawford knocks Canelo the fuck out. Period. Oh, by the way, yeah. Terence Crawford makes better adjustments. Terence Crawford fights in the style that always beats Canelo. He has the style. He's bigger than him. He has a longer reach, and he's not drained. But only one way to find out. We're gonna watch this. I think Crawford will go to the body. He's gonna counter him, and his power is gonna shock Canelo, and will stop him. But yo, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We'll find out in just a few minutes. Peace.
Get ready to take your striking game to the next level with the Focus Ball. Dramatically improved footwork, timing, head movement, hand-eye coordination, reflex, and overall fight IQ. It's lightweight and extremely portable, so you can train every time, everywhere. When you don't have a coach to do mitt work, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a heavy bag to hit, get a Focus Ball. When you don't have a sparring partner, get yourself a Focus Ball. And when you just want to have fun punching and kicking, get a Focus Ball. When you train with the Focus Ball, you train your eyes and your brain to read punches so that you can hit and not get hit, making this very simple device a must-have for all combat sports athletes and enthusiasts alike. So if you want to take your striking game to the next level, don't wait. Get the Focus Ball now.